welcome to Slogan's Rock and Metal Extravaganza. Brian's getting poked in the face.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're Loganless today. I don't know. I messaged him earlier in the morning. Haven't heard back from him. Hope everything's all right. He did tell me yesterday he can't promise he'll make it. He's busy with school and stuff. So, yeah. Well, I don't know if he's coming on. I haven't heard from him. Probably not. But yeah, hope everything's good there. But yeah, so we're here today to discuss Elf. We're each picking our favorite songs. Only 3 albums. So yeah, this was Dio's like first band that he recorded with. So I mean, he goes back to the 50s, and there was like some singles and stuff and like these 50s bands. But like this was his first like real big like album, I guess you could say, to like a major label or anything.
Freaking room.
So yeah, so we got the first. So joining us today, we got Hoochie Coochie Lady Christina. We got Danny Elkanah's back. We got Johnny Metal from My Music Corner, and we got Black Swampy Brian McFadden. So yeah. And I'm Hoochie Coochie Sydney today. So yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
People are gonna think me and Christina are dating now.
Oh boy. Just don't go down to First Avenue.
Oh god.
Ay.
Boy. All right. Yeah, so you got the first album here. I'll show it on I've got it already.
I don't have the first one.
There you go. It's a cool
I have the other
cover.
2.
Dio like dressed like an elf. There you go. With the beard. Not used to seeing Ronnie with the full beard there, so it's interesting.
Yeah.
He looks like something right out of
the album cover. He looks like an elf.
Yeah. He looks like a dwarf out of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, actually, you're right. He does look like.
But he's not as pretty. He looks more like Gimli more than Legolas.
Oh my god.
And you know, you look at that cover and you think there's probably a good reason why that album probably didn't do very well commercially, because it doesn't match with the music.
It looks heavier than the music, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says it was heavy for that time, though. Dio says
72. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's early 70s, but then you got to compare it to like what Deep Purple's doing and stuff. You know, everybody else.
That's when Uriah Heep was just getting going, and what
there's another
Prague was getting going with Genesis and Yes and stuff like that. So you had that kind of mixed in there. Then you had Chicago doing their thing, which wasn't heavy, but they had their own thing, and
Stones are still doing their thing, still are.
Yeah. So Sabbath was just getting going.
Yeah.
So
this came out in 1972. It was recorded at Studio One, Doraville, Georgia. Produced by Ian Pace and Roger Glover. Actually, all 3 of these albums, I believe, were produced by them. So yeah, there's a Deep Purple connection there. And yeah, it's funny because he would go on to be, and obviously these guys would go on to be in Rainbow with Richie. So, but yeah, the lineup you had, he's going by his name here, Ronald Padavona, which
I was wondering how that was pronounced because I wrote that down.
Yeah,
he donated. He put that on the credits for his parents.
Yeah, it said he wanted to be on. He said in an interview that he used his birth name because he wanted his family to at least see their name on an album once. So
that's cool. That's cool.
And then he went to obviously after that he was Ronnie James Dio on the second album. But on here you got him on vocals and he's playing bass.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the only thing that I don't think he ever played bass on anything else in his career. Maybe when writing music, but like never actually recorded himself playing bass. But yeah, he's doing all the bass on here, which is cool to hear his bass. And the vocals, of course. His cousin, Dave Fenstein on guitars. And Mickey Lee Soul on piano. And Gary Driscoll on drums. And unfortunately, 2 of these guys are not with us anymore. Obviously, Dio passed away, and the drummer, Gary, he actually died all the way back in 1987. It was a unsolved murder, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I was reading about that. What a sad story. Very sad story.
I didn't really look into it too much what happened there, but it just says unsolved murder, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Did we ever find out what happened to the guitarist to White Lion? Anybody?
He's missing. He's
just done with doing music. But,
pretty much. Vito, But so we got So we got, hold on, I got the thing here for the tracks. All right, so we got Hoochie Coochie Lady, First Avenue, Nevermore, I'm Coming Back for You, Sit Down Honey, then there in brackets says Everything Will Be All Right. Yeah, these song titles, Dixie Lee Junction, Love Me Like a Woman, and Gambler Gambler. So Christina, you're up, and what are you going with?
I'm going with Evermore. I love his voice. He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
And mind me, I gotta try to read these things. He based his lyrics, he says, on Sir Walter Scott and Arthurian legends. And he says he took that into his metal days, metal songs. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's probably the one song that has that sort of writing to it. Nothing else really does.
Well, no, not really. I mean, they consider him what, blues rock and southern rock. The third album really sounds like southern rock to me. I like the piano and the guitar really rocks in the solo, and the lyrics are really good.
Yeah.
You know, they're leaping dogs of winter. You know, so I like the lyrics there in that. Anything that mentions dogs with me, forget it.
I'm glad you picked that. I didn't go with it. It was so close between that and one other song, but I'm glad you picked it.
The second one is
a great song.
I do have a second one. This album I like the best. And my second one is Gambler Gambler. And my third one is Dixie Lee Junction.
Okay, cool. I'm surprised you didn't go with Hoochie Coochie Lady. Come on, it's named after
Like that. No, actually, I like this album so much that a lot of them got stars. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A lot of these songs, they're just the ones I put in the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hoochie Coochie Ladies there. Some of the other ones were too.
I struggled with the last two because I was trying to find something that I really liked, but it was tough. I like the first album a lot. The second and third one, not too crazy about. But so yeah, Danny, what did you go with on this one?
Well, first it's my first time listening to these three albums. I'm a big Dio fan. I mean, for me, he's the best rock singer that there ever was. I mean, he had the voice, he had the range, he had the grit. And I was a little bit surprised when I heard the material that he was singing on. Speaking of these albums, the 145, mostly 145 songs. You would call them old school rock and roll. And it just, yeah, I was a little bit bewildered thinking, man, this just doesn't, he's singing his butt off. His voice is nice and young. You can hear that youth in his voice. I don't know how old he was at this point, but his
27, I believe.
27.
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah, he had a lot of youth in that first album. I mean, that was the first thing I noticed. He used all of his range. I mean, he was singing his butt off on that album. But the song I came away with, mainly because for me, the whole album is him. And it was Sit Down, Honey.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't the song that really flipped my switch. It was just his vocal. His vocals, just no matter what you put the guy on, he's gonna sing his butt off, and he's gonna be
and sound good.
Yeah, he's gonna sound incredible. So that was the song for me. Sit Down, Honey. Yeah, pretty much explained my notes with that.
You really want to be thrown off? YouTube it. There's one of his old 50s bands doing Love Potion No. 9.
Oh my gosh.
Every band had to do that song. Like, it's just weird hearing Dio sing that.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's the best part of it because it's like, it's a ridiculous song to begin with.
From a certain era.
That'll always be a Tigers of Pantang song to me.
That's funny.
Well, that was a good song in its day by the original,
But
Yeah.
Kind of novelty,
Yeah.
but just you didn't need to be that did not need to be covered as much as it was. It's like, well,
when everybody covers something, sometimes they ruin it.
yeah. So, Mr. Metal, what are you going with?
Well, Danny and I are on the same page.
Wow.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah,
Sit
that
down,
was
Christina.
yeah.
Still got Brian and you. So
Here again,
not over.
here again, that to me, I think the thing that I think Elle said it here the best. I love the piano throughout this entire. I love all the piano on this album, but for some reason, on Sit Down Honey, it really just literally tickled my ivories. It
Boy.
was
Eye grease.
and then I love
Never heard that before.
I love the Feinstein solo because it's just something you can just sing to. I mean, you get to sing that solo, but I mean, it's hard not to pick First Avenue because those riffs were just so infectious, and they stuck in my head a lot. Of course, Hoochie Coochie Lady was also really strong, and
Great song.
I'm Coming Back to You. I mean, there's a lot of great tracks on this
Yeah.
album. It's definitely the strongest album of the three. But for me, boy, I'll tell you what, Mickey's piano playing on Sit Down Honey, that was
Okay.
and I love the catchy chorus. I thought it was just a strong song to me. So that's what I'm picking.
Cool.
Cool. Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Dixie Lee Junction.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I really enjoyed it. It reminds me of if Rod Stewart was singing for Collective Soul. That's kind of
Oh,
Yeah.
those
wow,
two
that's
camps.
a
Okay.
interesting comparison.
Okay.
It's it's a ballad. It's got a great chorus. It's a bluesy rocker as well because it amps up. But that was a really good one. And then coming back for you was like my honorable mention for this too. I almost picked that one, but it's got a good groove. The solos are there. I don't know. I like what he does with his voice throughout this whole album. I liked a lot of what he did. But yeah, just like Danny said, this is definitely a Dio album. This is his baby, and you can tell everybody else is just kind of playing along. But yeah, he really outshines on this thing.
Cool. Yeah, we're getting good. We're getting like a good mix of stuff here.
You on that Dixie Lee Junction?
Yeah.
I wrote down that
Yeah.
sorry, I got to read
No,
my
okay,
notes.
continue.
But I wanted to say something. It's about a person escaping the city.
Okay.
He wants to escape the vast city to go to the country, and he ends up at Dixie Lee Junction, was outside of Tennessee.
You did way more homework than I did for this. I was just like, I pick songs. You're like,
I like to do homework. I like to learn. That's I do them on the songs I like, basically. You know.
That's why I like having you on here because you really get into the lyrics and you can provide some really good insight on it. Or I'm just listening to it.
It must be a
I like
Pennsylvania
this
thing
song
because I typically get into the lyrics too, but I didn't get that deep with this one. But
yeah,
it's still a good stuff. So
yeah, so I was torn
I'm
between.
a lyric person.
Like I liked everything on here, but I was torn between 3 songs, which were Hoochie Coochie Lady, Nevermore, and Gambler Gambler. But then I was torn between I narrowed it down, going back and forth between Gambler Gambler and Nevermore. More listens, it could be Nevermore. I've known Gambler Gambler though a long time. Like I've listened to this album quite a bit before, so I already knew that song and wasn't as familiar with the rest of it because that was the one that always like stuck with me. So it's got to be that. Nevermore is a close second though, but I would go with Gambler Gambler. I don't know. It's just the lyrics are a bit cheesy. I mean, all the lyrics on this are a little bit cheesy, but
it's of the time. It's of the time. A lot of bands were doing this. I mean, you talk about that 145 stuff, Danny, like we mentioned before air. I mean, like Status Quo would be kind of right up in that same vein. You know, in this kind of style of music too. So
a lot of bands were doing this.
A lot of bands were doing this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Well, in that song, he says his perspective. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
that was a great.
Yeah, a lot of boogie woogie. Yeah, it was a thing of its time.
It's supposed to be the perspective of a guy on a train, talking to a professional gambler.
Oh, there you go.
Talking about losing all his money and everything.
Yeah.
Losing his woman.
Because like I was on another channel, Rock Show Critique, and we were doing top 15 Dio songs, just like with anything. So anything that Dio sang on, and I think 15 ended up being Gambler Gambler, so that was on there. So I had to go with that. I didn't want to contradict myself in that. I mean, you can change your opinion on things, right? But I'm just like, no, I gotta go with Gambler Gambler. I've known that song the longest. Just a few cool changes in that song, and the solo's really good. I love that
Mhm.
stop start, the start stop riff that's in there. And just, yeah, that's one of those songs where when I was younger, I heard it. There was misheard lyrics for me. He's saying shakedown in the first degree. I don't know. I always sang it as chicken. I don't know why I heard chicken in the first. I was a kid, so it's just like I didn't know any better.
Yeah, please.
Which makes no sense, but yeah, no. But great song. Love the main riff that's throughout. Then it kind of ends weird. Kind of like the last minute is just kind
Yeah,
of
it
like
is
this
kind of an
weird
odd
whoa
ending.
whoa 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 whoa, and then just kind of fades out. But it's the end of the album, so it's not like it does that and then there's another song after. But yeah, I think the album starts really strong actually, like with the first two songs, and ends strong. But I don't think there's anything like really bad on the album. It's just, but
Yeah, I agree.
just nothing that's really overly memorable aside from a few songs to me. But I think it just gets worse on the next two. But yeah. But I do really like this album. It's a solid album. It's cool to hear where he started. So, but, yeah. So that's the first one. So then that brings us to the second one. We got a different lineup here. So we got, let's see, show the album first. This one, that one, Carolina County Ball. Again, another kind of it screams 70s, right? You look at this, you can tell when this came out.
Yep.
So yeah, Carolina County Ball. So 2 years. So there's a 2-year gap between the first one and this one because you had lineup changes.
Don't dare spill.
So on here, Ronnie James Dio was just doing vocals, no longer playing bass. So it was Craig Gruber on bass. Steve Edwards replaced Dave on guitar. So he was out, and then
you see it through the plastic.
Mickey Lee Soul still on keyboards, and Gary Driscoll's on drums here. And then you got a few additional musicians on other things, backing vocals mostly. But yeah, first album was on Epic. This one's actually on Purple Records in the UK, which was Deep Purple's label at the time, and MGM internationally. So they were on major labels. Again, this one's produced only by Roger Glover this time, so Ian was no longer involved. Just Roger Glover producing this one. So.
Oh, there I am.
And yes, they did open for Deep Purple a lot. And again, that's it is how Dio ended up. Well, this whole band ended up in Rainbow. The whole lineup on this album ended up with Dio with Rainbow, with the exception of Steve Edwards, the guitar player. I think he was already gone when Elf broke up anyway. So yeah. So then we got the songs here. So let's see. We got Carolina County Ball, the title track. We got LA 59, Ain't It All Amusing, Happy, Annie New Orleans, Rocking Chair, Rock and Roll Blues. Yeah, the song titles are a little bit silly. Rainbow, it's interesting. There's a song called Rainbow. Do the Same Thing, and Blanche, probably. Blanche, it's French. I don't know if it's Blanche or Blanche. I don't know. Either or, I guess. Yeah, Christina.
Blanche.
Yeah, Christina, what are you going with on this one?
Well, I wanted to show my album. I have that.
There you go.
But it's a repress because it says featuring Ronnie James Dio.
Oh yeah, they put one of those featuring things on.
Yeah,
to try to sell
that's
it more.
the two I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me get this one out of the way. I was aiming not to spill my drink, if you know what I mean. They're so slippery in them plastic.
I just wanted to mention, there's if you ever somehow come across it, you probably won't, but there's a European release of it that lists Carolina County Ball as Country Ball.
Yeah, I couldn't find the song.
It's a collector's item because it's misspelled. So there's like a European one that spells it as Country Ball instead of County, and it's worth a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think in some parts, I think it was also originally called LA 59 instead of Carolina County Ball.
Exactly. Yeah, it was released in the U.S. and Japan as LA 59.
Yeah.
Which is
that's what I'm talking about.
Kind of
the release was of that.
Title.
All right, let's see what my first one was here. Happy.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I like Happy because the bass beginning. I love bass. I just can't help it. The piano starts the solo, and then the guitar gets in there, and it's so sweet. And then it's a bittersweet experience of finding joy in someone else's happiness when you don't have happiness. So I thought that was pretty cool too.
Okay.
And then runner up would be the LA 59. And I also liked Ain't It All Amusing. Ain't It All Amusing.
Mm-hmm.
And doing the same thing. I had 4 on there. I really loved.
4 is like
but then the rest of it, I really didn't like at all. Some of it.
Really? Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the beginning of it, and I think that was the end song I said, or close to the end that do it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
We're on the same page with that.
Changed. It just changed for me. I don't know why.
Well, a different guitar player, right? It's gonna change kind of.
The first
sound a little bit.
4 songs, I was like really into it. I thought this was gonna be my favorite.
Yeah.
I thought, with the ratings I was giving them, but then after that, I don't know. I just wasn't.
Yeah. Started doing almost like the same song over and over and over again.
It didn't click for me.
It's just So, Danny, what'd you go with?
I'll just say again, basic. All the tracks Ronnie was so strong on vocally. Gosh, it was a little tough for me on this one. A little tougher than the first. But I went with Ain't It All Amusing, because it's a little more new style rock than the 1-4-5 stuff, and I went with that tune.
Cool.
Because
that would be an honorable for me, but I didn't pick it. I ended up going with something else, but I was torn between that and something else. But cool. Johnny, what are you going with?
I'm going with the title track.
Okay.
There was something infectious about that. I loved when the horn section started popping in with the clarinet and then the trumpet and the trombone and everything. And, it just made me feel like, wow, I'm back in New Orleans again.
There you go.
And it just gave me that, the whole song really gave me that feel. And I really just enjoyed that feel of that whole song.
It is a fun song.
It's just so much. It was so much fun. For me, the honorable mention would probably be LA 59. I really dug that too. But Ain't It All Amusing was fun. Do It All Again. Let me get that right.
Do the same thing.
Do the same thing. That was also a really good one. No offense to the happy one, but I think doesn't that thing like repeat like 300,000 times at the end? I think that was the song that repeats.
Yeah,
it was kind of like that's where that Maiden got the idea for Angel and the Gambler, maybe.
No.
To repeat a line 50 times. Oh my God, yeah, that song was just.
It was a fine song, but it just was like they could have done something else instead of repeating.
Yeah,
could have thrown a solo.
I thought that when I saw the end too, but I still liked it though.
But yeah,
beginning really got to.
But again, that piano, the New Orleans feel, yeah, I loved everything about the Carolina County Ball. So there you go. That's what I'm going with.
Cool, Brian.
Yeah, that was good.
Brian,
I'm picking Ain't It All Amusing.
Probably delayed. Okay. Ain't It All? Okay, there you go.
No, yeah, I am. It's doing. Yeah, it's catching up. Ain't It All Amusing? I like the drums. I like the riffs. I like the keys. I think it's an upgraded rocker for this album. There's not a lot of things that stuck out on this. I like that rocking chair, rock and roll blues. I like that for my honorable mention. The Louisiana Rag I liked a lot. That LA 59 reminded me of the Doors. So that's another honorable mention, I would say. It's a good uplifting song, and I think it's got a lot of positive energy. I liked it. It wasn't, nothing was depressing on this.
Yeah. I'll say this, it is very like happy sounding music, I guess, but it's all like it's very cheerful and easy to listen to. It's not like it's hard on the ears or anything, but a lot of it starts to be a little bit too repetitive, right? It's just kind of doing this 50s rock and roll thing, but it's fine for what it is. But,
a lot of piano.
I like the keyboards on that one song too, Brian.
Well, the piano's fun. There's the piano's actually really fun with this stuff. Yeah. So I went with Do the Same Thing. Just kind of a fast, heavy 50s rock and roll song, but a little bit modernized. Great solo in there. For me, it's the most high energy song I would say. Almost went with Ain't It All Amusing because it's a little bit different than what else is on the album. It's probably the one that stands out, I guess, a little bit more. But I really like Do the Same Thing with just the higher energy of it. Again, Ronnie sounds great, but he sounds great on everything anyways. But so that was my pick. I really like Do the Same Thing. It was really high energy. And yeah, honorable would be Ain't It All Amusing. So yeah, so that's that one. Wow, we're burning through this. We're trying to burn the sun.
Yeah.
I figured it's gonna be quick. It's only like 3 albums here, and yeah, but that's all right. So we got the third one here. Trying to burn. I think this is the coolest album cover of all of them. And to me,
Yeah, it is.
The weakest album, but I don't know. It's a cool shot. Who does Ronnie remind you? Almost a little bit like Lou Gramm, maybe almost the way he's posing. Even Ozzy kind of did that with the mic stand.
Yeah, a little bit.
And yeah.
Oh, I thought he looked like Rory there, kind of.
Yeah, a little
you know,
weird position of his face that he's posing in, but yeah. And then yeah. So this one came out.
Same thing, featuring Ronnie James Dio.
1975. Same lineup as the previous album, except on additional percussion is Mark Nosif, or Nosif. He was a member of the Ian Gillan Band and temporary with Thin Lizzy when Brian Downey wasn't able to travel because of health issues. Yeah, he's played for, he was in G-Force with Gary Moore. He's played with, there's a long list, Jack Bruce, Glenn Hughes. There's a lot of people that he's played with. But I don't know, he just did additional percussion on this, so not confirm what exactly he's playing on. But yeah, so we got, again, this was also produced by Roger, and this was just on MGM, so MGM was distributing internationally now for them. And so yeah, these are the songs. We got, that's so hard to read. The top was I'm a fire burning higher, trying to burn the sun. So we got Black Swampy Water, Prentice Wood, When She Smiles. Yes, that would actually make a really good picture disc, the cover of this. It's a really cool cover.
Yeah.
And then we got, Good Time Music, Liberty Road, Shotgun Boogie, Wonderworld, and Streetwalker. And then, yeah, so all songs by Ronnie James Dio and Mickey Lee Soul. That's interesting that the piano player was writing all the songs with Ronnie, which kind of makes sense. There's tons of piano on this. So yeah, that's that track listing. Yeah. So Hoochie Coochie, Christina, what are you going with?
All right, I'm going with When She Smiles.
Okay.
Yeah, this LP has an Elton John sound, they say. And I can see that in it. I love the keyboards in the beginning. And, of course, I love the freaking lyrics. She's going to be engaged to someone else, and she's breaking up the relationship with him. So that's what the whole song's about. So it's a little, ballady, but I kind of like it. And then I love Shotgun Blues and Liberty Road. They're too good. I like the 50s sound, the Shotgun Blues, and that is actually a cover by Tennessee Ernie Ford.
I'm actually not sure if it was, because I looked that up too, and I thought it was the same song, Shotgun Boogie.
They weren't exactly the same words, but they kind of sounded like it, though.
Yeah, because it says...
That's what they were saying anyway,
Because in the credits, it just says all songs written by the band, so...
Yeah, I found that too then, so I wasn't sure, but I thought I'd mention it to somebody else said.
Because I did go and listen to the other one, and I didn't think the words were the same. I think it's probably based off of that, maybe.
Yeah, but not a cover exactly.
I don't think it's a direct cover. I think they probably just ripped off the title and kind of took the music a little bit.
Yeah, that could very well be. That has a good bass solo, that song too, Shotgun Boogie. And Liberty Road I thought was pretty good too. It's another fun song. The guitar solo is great. And again, up the lyrics. It has themes of escaping, new beginnings, and sights of the future, hopes of the future.
Cool. Danny.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking over my notes. I have to say again, it's just so weird.
I didn't know that, Dan.
Yeah, I never got past the whole thing. It just stuck in my dumb head, Listening to Dio sing these 1-4-5 tunes when I'm so used to hearing him singing about Dungeons and Dragons and wizards and
He's writing about ladies this time. Come on, women and
Yeah,
rock
he's
and
writing
roll
about ladies a
and-
lot. Definitely.
Yeah.
it's just I'm so used to hearing him sing about fantasy stuff, and then he gets into this. Some of it was like everyday songs, and I guess what year is this roughly? You think?
75.
75.
77 was it?
75. 75.
75.
Me 75.
75.
Well, if it was 72, I'd 75.
That was the first one.
Yeah, bands singing about fantasy stuff at this time. So I went with Liberty Road, which is a 145, but his vocal was so damn good on this. I had to pick this tune. That's what I went with, Liberty Road.
Cool. Yeah, I almost went that. Like, there's some good solos on some of this stuff, but then some of the rest of the songs, it's just like dragged on a bit. But yeah, Johnny, what are you going with?
Well, I guess I'm just going to be the different one here. I'm actually going with Good Time Music.
Okay, the title of the show. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Again, the piano guitar interplay has a lot of an Allman Brothers feel to it at times, especially in the solos. But again, just another solo that you can just sing to, sing along, sing and everything. My runner-up though was Prentice Wood. I really kind of thought that was a very fun up-tempo song with, Christina mentioned there's some, this has some Elton John like flourishes in throughout the album. And this song kind of there was one that I was like, ooh, that sounds like that little line from Grey Seal. If there's like a little mellotron or guitar line or keyboard line that's played in there that reminded me of that a little bit. But and then you get this quiet middle section, and then it gets bombastic again back to the original tempo. But this was this wasn't a bad album, but it just comparatively speaking, the first was the strongest, and the second and third are just kind of tied together a little bit. But Good Time Music and Prentice Wood probably would be like the two that really stuck out the most for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I like him, but it's just like if I'm gonna put on an Elf album, I'll just put the first one on. I don't think I would ever go to put the second or third one on again. I don't know.
Unfortunately, they're the two I have.
That's just
I like the first one.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you got the two, second and third.
Yeah.
So Brian, what'd you go with?
Yeah, I agree with John on a lot because I heard a lot of Allman Brothers do this, and especially with the Prentice Wood. I even put down it sounds like Allman Brothers with bongos and punk.
Yeah.
But and again, he picked the Good Time Music, which I really liked. I got Black Crowes out of that. I got like I know that these guys are first, but that's how I'm dealing with it. But I picked Shotgun Boogie, man. I think that song is just smoking. It's fast paced. It's a fast paced rocker. The piano throughout is great. The way he's singing, you can tell he's having a blast in the studio, just having a great time just recording it. You can tell he's even playing around with the lyrics, and the guy's going to go into the solo. He points him out. And, I don't know. I think, but it's got a lot of that jazz in it that I really like to hear, especially from any band. So I think it's the whole deal for me. And I can't remember if this is the last song. Maybe it's not.
Second
Maybe it's
last.
Streetwalker.
Yeah, Streetwalker.
This would have been a good one to end on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I.
Okay, but.
Oh, you're still okay. Keep going.
No. Yeah, I just think he's having a lot of fun, and you can hear it in the lyrics. You can hear it when he's having a blast on this song. Absolute blast.
I remember watching an interview with him, and he said what was his favorite part of his career, and he said the Elf days. And the interviewer was like, "Really? Like that wasn't like your big success days?" But he's like, "No, those were like the guys that I knew when I was young, and we were all good friends. And when they got kicked out of Rainbow, I was really pissed off, but I had to continue because this was like my livelihood, and I hated that they were all fired, and I got to keep my job. And that's just Richie, right? But Yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, Dio said like his favorite part of his career. This was right after he left Sabbath for like the second time in like '94, so he was probably really pissed off at that point and didn't want to hear about Rainbow or Sabbath or anything else. So he was really just kind of like really wanted to just talk about Elf at that point because that's like good memories for him.
Yeah. Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I'm with Brian on this one. I went with Shotgun Boogie or Blues. I always Shotgun Boogie.
Boogie.
Fun.
It starts off
So
like
fun.
really weird. I first heard that I'm like, okay, what is this? Because it starts off with that da 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 da, like that kind of like the jazzy weird 50s. Yeah. Just like okay, and then but then it turns into just like just this fast up tempo like kind of I guess you call it a boogie woogie song I guess, but it's more just 50s rock and roll. But it's really fast. There's great fun solo. There's some cool drumming near the end. Some really cool bass solo.
Yeah,
so
I love
thought
that
was
bass
catchy. That was the one that stood out for me. I was originally thinking Streetwalker because I love the solo on that song, but then I thought it dragged on a little bit too much at 7 minutes.
Yeah, like a 7-minute slow blues song. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts off like this. I thought it was great at first. It starts off like this kind of slow ballad, then it picks up and gets really heavy with the solo, but then it kind of just goes slow again for like another 4 minutes. It's like, okay, you could have threw in like another solo there at the end or something. To me, that could have been the best song if they ended it with more guitar work, but they just kind of dragged it on and turned it almost into just ballady again at the end. It was just weird. I don't know. It just ended weird for me. That would have been my pick, but I ended up going with Shotgun Boogie. So I thought that was a fun song. As ridiculous as the beginning of it is, but that doesn't last long. It's just kind of the intro of the song, and then it just picks up and gets really fast. And it's just a fun song. Great piano. I really do like the piano. Yeah, I hear the Elton John thing. It's like if Elton John had like an aggressive singer in his band or something. Just that's what it kind of sounds like. Yeah, it's Elton John with Dio on vocals. It's actually very good. That's a very good.
The piano's what makes it sound like Elton John, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
There's probably, I think some of the musical progressions kind of had that Elton feel to it.
Oh, well, I'm not that deep into the music.
Well,
so.
Early Elton John was doing some like progressive rock at times.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The Sky is basically a progressive rock album. Like some of that early stuff.
For me, up to Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, man, that is all his stuff up to that point is like.
Come on, you don't like Can We Feel the Love Tonight? Come on.
No, I always said if I would.
That's a movie.
I always
it's the Lion King movie.
I would always say if Elton John played Goodbye Yellow Brick Road in its entirety, I would have gone to see him do that in concert.
There you go.
I loved Captain Fantastic on the Brown Dirt Hell.
Captain Fantastic is fun.
But, I love that one.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that. We wrapped that one up pretty quick. It was 3 albums. I didn't think it would be done this quickly. That's good.
Well, we're missing Logan too, so
we're professionals. Come on,
professionals today.
Yeah. We got our notes down pat.
So I got this to show. This is cool. There's maybe I'll play something else since we got actually lots of time. So
play some music.
Elf with Dio. So this is live. Yeah. It's kind of like a boot. I think it's officially released. I don't know, but like it's 2 discs. Part of it is part of it's all studio tracks that never ended up on albums. I guess it was like early days of the stuff that they were writing, but then. Disc 2 and this other part of it. It's okay. So disc 1 is like studio tracks. The ending of the disc 1 is all live stuff, and it's all covers actually. So they do "Cross-Eyed Mary," Jethro Tull, "Stay with Me" by Faces, a medley of Little Queenie, "Johnny Be Good," and a whole lot of shaking going on.
Wow.
2 originals called "Did You Ever" and "Cold Ramona," "Black Dog" by Zeppelin, and 4 Day Creep by Humble Pie. And then on the disc 2, there's some original stuff, but then there's covers. They do "Won't Get Fooled Again" by Barbara O'Reilly. They do "You Shook Me," the Zeppelin version. They did "War Pigs" by Sabbath, and this was 72, so only a 2-year-old song. So it was interesting. He had no idea he was going to end up singing for Sabbath at that point. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna probably play both. So I'll start off with here's them doing "Aqualung," and this is live. So yeah, it's really cool to.
Maybe he played that when he went to see them.
Yeah, and it's funny because this is like miles for me. This is like miles above anything that's on these albums. It's just doing a heavy rockin' version of Aqualung. So yeah, I'm gonna play that.
That's wild.
Sitting on a park bench, I little girls with bad intent.
weird hearing Dio sing that.
Stop rolling down his nose. Three-step fingers, pretty shabby clothes. Hey, Aqualung. Trying in the cold sun. Watching other fillies empty run. Hey, Aqualung. Feeling like a dead dog. Spitting out pieces of his lucky love. Hey, Aqualung. Sun streaking cold. An old man
sounds like Ian
wandering
Anderson.
lonely
Yeah, he sounds good.
takes us
Do
time
anything.
the only way we know.
It's crazy.
Leg hurting bad as he bends to pick the dog in. Goes down to the bog and warms his feet. Feeling alone, the army's up the road. Salvation, all in mode in a cup of tea. Aqualung, my friend, don't you start away uneasy. Poor old sod, you see yourself free. Do you still remember December's foggy
He's playing bass on this too.
clings onto your mid, is screaming agony. Hey, that's sun streaking cold, and old man wandering lonely. Takes the time, the only way to go. Leg hitting bad, that's the man to pick the dog. Feeling alone, the army's on the road. Salvation on the road. Don't just start away on me. Oh, God, yes, he does.
Ronnie's grooving on that bass.
Aqualung, my friend, don't start away uneasy. For old sod, you see it's every day.
went nuts on that.
That's probably the best cover you'll hear of that song.
It's like it's heavier than anything that ended up on the albums. It's just
Cool.
It just shows you they could play the heavy stuff and just they wrote their own material. Nothing was as heavy. It's just weird. The same lineup as the first album there. Let's see. Screw it. We'll do War Pigs. It's 10 minutes and we'll wrap it up after that. War Pigs.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerers of this construction.
He messes up the lyrics at one point. He repeats it at some point. At the end, I think he mixes up the lyrics.
And the war machine keeps turning.
What? I think he screwed it up.
Poisoning the brainwashed mind. Oh Lord, yeah!
Bass too by Dio.
Love it.
Dio showing off his bass.
He does a better Ian voice than Ozzy voice, though. The playing's good.
They put their own spin on it, right? They don't just copy it directly.
Yeah.
That was very good.
I think they're more a live band than a studio band.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That energy, man.
I just think it's neat hearing Dio play bass. You never hear that.
Yeah. Should have played more.
This is where he screws up the lyrics, I think.
Now when darkness will stop turning, ashes where the body's burning.
Here.
Evil minds
Yeah, he goes back to the beginning.
Sorcerers of destruction. When you feel the body's burning.
He's repeating the.
And the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind. Ordering that brainwash mind. Oh, Lord, yeah.
They even ended it differently, and it just kind of
Yeah.
cuts out there. Weird.
Just cut
Weird
off.
sounds like a different song at some parts, but I guess put your own spin on it if you're gonna do that. I guess, but
You can get War Pigs
Oh.
on this.
it would
You can
be
get War Pigs on this.
that's a good version too. But it would have been cool to see that,
original.
see them live all the way back then, not
Yeah.
knowing how big Dio would become. Yeah. But yeah, that wraps
War
up.
Pigs is right there.
Nice. He did a lot of older Sabbath on there too, didn't he? Yeah, Black Sabbath, War Pigs.
Yeah, he did.
That
Yeah,
alone
this
is like
is
20
awesome.
minutes.
A friend of mine gave me this.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's true. Little did he know he would actually end up in Sabbath. It's weird that he was doing War Pigs in '72. 8 years later, he's in the band. Who go figure?
Yeah, that is. Maybe that's why he
That's
got
right.
there.
Uh,
They
sure.
heard that.
Maybe they heard. I don't know. Maybe they did.
Maybe.
Who knows?
You never
They
know.
were.
maybe Tony saw Elf back then. Who knows? Like, who really knows these things? But well, he got famous from Rainbow anyways, right? So he was already known. He was already known through Rainbow. So
Yeah.
not too many people can say they've been in a band with Tony Iommi and Richie Blackmore. So
Yeah,
Can't
really.
live to tell about it.
Right.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know you're good.
You know, he's been and Vivian Campbell. He's been with some good guitar players. So yeah, so
Yeah.
that wraps up Elf. Unfortunately, Logan couldn't be here. Still haven't heard from him. Not sure what's going on with Logan, but I still say he has a girlfriend. He's not telling me. No, I'm kidding.
Well, good for him.
I even have the Butterfly Ball album he guested on. What's Butterfly Ball? Not sure what
With
that
the
is.
Iron Butterfly ball album that you're talking about?
Oh wow.
Man.
Okay.
Oh, no. Didn't know he was on that.
Really? Yeah. Oh, Roger Glover album. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes.
That makes sense. So he was, it's already connected to the Deep Purple guys all the way back then. Yeah. So, I guess if you were to rank these, would you rank them in release order? Or that's how I would probably rank them: first, second, third album, basically. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
First album's good.
Yeah, the second and third album are kind of close, but yeah, I think first, second, third.
Yeah. I
Which is
agree.
not really a good thing. You don't want to say they got worse as they went along, but like it's just
I agree.
I had more favorites on the second one, I think.
It's
The third one has some really good ones too, though.
but it's
Yeah.
not by any means horrible, but it doesn't come close to the Rainbow or Sabbath or even a solo material. So
Of course not.
It's
It
night
just
and
sounded
day.
weird. It's him
Like,
singing
you
those
really have that
songs after
range.
hearing him on other stuff.
Right.
Because these were my first listens too. So
Yeah, if I'm gonna put on an album, I'm putting on Rising or even the first one. Yeah. So that's what'll be
Yeah,
next.
Rising.
I don't know, Johnny. You're not that big of a Rainbow fan, right? You're not
No,
a big Rainbow guy.
I've never really been a big Dio guy.
Uh-oh.
So I mean, I like these albums, okay, but I didn't grow up in the Deep Purple family
Right.
tree, so I never got into any of that stuff. So, and I just and I was all and when I was when I liked Dio, I mean, I went for Vivian Campbell. I really didn't hear much for Dio that much, and the Sabbath Dio album I've only listened to maybe 2 or 3 times. At
Wow.
you got a doggy out there.
I'm an Ozzy Sabbath guy, so
I know.
that's how I'll always treat Sabbath. But I just never was a big Dio guy. Even Rainbow, I think I've heard Rising maybe a couple of times in my life.
Wow.
You know, the Rising album, and that's about it. You know, I was just never that huge of a fan, really.
Too much Wasp.
Probably. Well, again, it's what you grow up
Yeah,
with. I
that's
mean,
true,
again,
yes.
I didn't grow up with the Deep Purple family tree, so I didn't really hear Deep Purple until like probably when they came back and with Perfect Strangers. You know, that's probably the
Wasp.
first time I really. Huh?
Wasp is his favorite band.
Yeah,
Yes.
The first album was Machine Head.
Yeah, that's Wasp is my go-to band. But yeah,
I played in a band with Blackie Lawless, John.
that
Yeah,
would be cool. That's what that had to be cool.
I sure did. Before Wasp,
Yeah.
maybe.
Would have been Killer Kane band, wasn't it? Before they had a name.
Yeah, I don't even remember the name.
No.
I'll tell the quick story. I went and auditioned. I got the job. They said we're managed by a group of psychologists, and a couple of them were already on salary. Blackie was, and the
That's weird.
bass player singer was,
Yeah.
and I think even there was a sax player in the band who played with Harvey. And so, I thought, maybe I'll make a quick couple $100 a week and we'll see where this goes.
Do you know what year this was?
I'm going to take a guess and say 75.
Oh wow, really early. Okay.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Probably right after his time in the Dolls, I would guess. Because Killer Kane would have been about mid-70s, 76, 77 or something like that.
Blackie was playing drums then, bro.
Hmm.
In this band, he was playing drums.
Wow.
Wasn't bad. We started, I think I stuck around for about a month. And it was starting to sound good, but I felt it was going to go nowhere. I mean, we had no originals, so
Yeah.
you know, I just one day didn't go show practice, and I had all my gear at home, and I just said, I'm done with them. I got to find, you know, something.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was. I saw Blackie a couple years later, and at the Troubadour.
It's probably less than happy.
Yeah, well, we didn't. He avoided me, and I avoided him.
That's that guy that just dissed my band.
I didn't want to get yelled at or you freaking, you know.
Yeah.
Better avoid to get in a fight.
Yeah. So I just left it like that. I didn't want to, you know.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Embarrassed that
As you're young, right? You're just like, screw it. I'm just going to leave and not tell them.
Yeah, I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but yeah. And then the next thing you know, he's playing guitar or bass or.
I think bass first,
Started,
right?
started on bass and then eventually back to guitar. And
he was on bass when I saw him.
Yeah.
He opened up for us actually, and his Wasp opened for us, and yeah.
Cool.
So
Wow. That's cool.
there you go. Very cool.
Yep,
You got to use that connection. We'll get Blackie Lawless on here.
Oh God.
Just don't tell.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that.
If
Hey,
he remembers,
Blackie,
aren't you that fucker that left my band?
get the hell out of here.
I'm sure he'd be over it by now. Surely, I would hope.
Yeah, I would think so.
I've heard some interviews with him. He seems to be a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very quiet.
Johnny's met
I
him,
knew
so yeah.
I was at 2 meet and greets with him, and yeah, it was
Oh,
wonderful.
wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and
We'll have a
my
meet and greet with Getty. and Alex.
15-year-old me was screaming inside. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this!"
Oh, you were
can't
that
be
young
right.
when you met him. Wow.
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay, you mean
saying
like
15-year-old
okay,
me
yeah.
would have been screaming back in the day. So yeah.
Oh,
no.
okay, I got you.
Yeah, no. But so there you go.
Yeah, he gets a bad rap. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's an asshole." And it's like I don't know. I think he's opinionated and just kind of he'll just
he's
say
got
what's on his mind.
But he backs it up. He
yeah,
backs it up. He's not a dummy. He's a pretty intelligent guy,
Yeah.
and he knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he wants to do.
He has a vision. He has a
yeah.
focus of where he's heading to. But as far as his opinions of
Right.
things like that, he maybe to some he's opinionated, but he's just a very intelligent man,
Right.
and he just knows how to explain himself really well. So
Yeah.
He was fairly quiet and very observant.
mhm.
And
Yep.
those are the people that learn.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
And yes, folks, for folks tuning into the show, this was actually about Elf and not Wasp. So
Hey,
just
people-
in case anybody wants to know,
It's like how they're gonna start
How
watching
they-
from
Well,
the
you
end.
guys
Like,
got
what the hell
another
are they
off
talking
my
about?
subject,
What
but
does
who cares?
Blackie Lawless have to do with it? Was he an elf? It's like, you imagine Blackie Lawless an elf? Oh my god. Blackie Lawless singing
stuff,
Hoochie
guys.
Coochie Lady.
That's funny.
Hoochie Coochie Lady would be suitable for Wasp lyrics, actually, given some of that early material.
some of the early stuff, that would have worked.
No, Danny, you got to get him on the show. I'm going to ask him if he still fucks like a beast. No, I won't.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think he really doesn't even want to play that song really
No,
anymore.
not really. It'd be ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
click, that'd be it. He'd leave right away.
God.
I think he's mellowed a lot. He's
Yeah.
religion, I think.
Oh, well, that'll do it. That'll do it.
And yeah,
Change your perspective, you know?
I don't think he's the realist guy that he used to be at all.
No.
No.
I don't think he was much of a partier to begin with. He kind of had that image and that look to him, but he wasn't really this. He's too smart. He wasn't like a drug addict or anything. I don't think he had any problems really. Like he was
No.
No, that's a good thing.
pretty level-headed guy, I think.
A good
It's
thing.
just he's the kind of guy. He's friendly. Just don't piss him off, because then he'll be intense, right? But like he's not this kind of person that's just, oh, I'm Blackie Lawless. I don't talk to me kind of thing. He's just
No.
it's just he's nice. Just don't piss him off, because he's very, I guess, enthusiastic, I guess you could say, with certain things. But yeah. But, yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so
Good stuff, guys.
yeah, it's fun to do this. So
This
yeah,
was very fun.
so yeah, we're gonna maybe do Rainbow next. I don't know if John, you want to tackle it with us and check those 3 albums out if you want to really do it.
I'll probably pass on Rainbow.
Oh, okay.
I think for the most, I committed to doing this, but I think I'm going to
Okay.
I'm probably going to lay low for most of the year, rest of the
Okay.
year. So,
Yeah,
All right, cool.
understandable.
Yeah, I'll probably Dan. If since
Sometimes
you're
you
still-
need a break.
Dan, I guess Dan will probably do Rainbow. I'll get Dan on here.
Just
Dan will
come
probably
back.
do it. Yeah, bring Dan on for Rainbow, and yeah, so that'll be cool. And Danny, you have a friend that's so we'll have two Dans actually.
Yeah, Johnny. John. Mhm.
There you got a John. There you go.
Yeah.
We got another John then. All right, that's
That'll
right.
work.
Yeah, cool.
And Logan again's going to disappear.
No, he
Hope
likes Rainbow.
He loves Rainbow, so hopefully he
Yeah,
can
I
make
hope
it
he's
for
there.
this. I
Aw.
hope he's there. So yeah,
Yeah, he should.
Okay.
Well, not unless he's too busy with his schoolwork.
yeah.
That can be hectic.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and yeah, look out for more shows. We'll have Rainbow coming up.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
I think I've got a
Thank
Styx.
you, John.
I think I've got a Styx one planned at some point. Just a few things coming up, and yeah. So we'll probably tackle Michael Shanker at some point, and just a few other things. And but yeah. So
UFO.
thanks.
UFO.
Yeah, UFO.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Christina, Johnny, Danny, and Brian for joining us today. And yeah,
You're welcome.
thanks everybody
you
for
for listening.
watching. And yeah, have
And
a
having
good rest
us.
of your day.
see you,
too.
everybody.